The wind off the dock carried the scent of salt and arrogance. Across from him stood a woman, calm, steady, unflinching. Her name was Lieutenant Maya Torres, a Navy SEAL who had seen more chaos than most men could stomach. "You crossed the line, sir," she said quietly, her words measured like the calm before a storm. "Endangering civilians isn't leadership, it's cowardice." Reeves' face twisted. The room went still. The other soldiers exchanged wary glances. No one ever talked to him like that, and that's when he snapped. "Before I tell you what happened next, tell me in the comments where you were watching from. I love knowing who's listening." Reeves grabbed the knife from his belt and slammed it on the table. The blade glinted beneath the flickering light. "You think you can teach me how to lead, Torres? You forgot who's in charge here?" Maya didn't flinch. Her pulse steadied, her training kicking in. The others backed away, uncertain whether to intervene. She slowly stood, her boots silent against the metal floor. "Put the knife down," she said evenly. "This isn't how you prove authority." But Reeves didn't listen. His ego was louder than reason. He lunged. Time slowed. Maya sidestepped smoothly, twisting his wrist before the blade could reach her. The knife clattered to the floor, spinning across the steel deck. Reeves stumbled, cursing, but Maya didn't attack. Not yet. She waited, eyes cold, every muscle ready. The silence was deafening. The soldiers stared, breath caught. "Pick it up," Reeves snarled, face red with humiliation. "Let's see if you can back up that SEAL talk." But she didn't move. "You've already lost, Captain," she said softly. "And not because I am stronger, but because you, Dante, know what strength is." His rage boiled over. He swung at her, barehanded. Maya ducked, countered with precision. One swift movement, enough to bring him to his knees. No theatrics, no cruelty, just control. The room erupted in murmurs. The mighty Captain Reeves was pinned beneath a woman half his size, one who had Dante even broken a sweat. When she released him, he scrambled up, face pale and shaking. "You're finished," he spat. "We'll never wear this uniform again." Maya straightened. "Maybe, but at least I'll walk out with honor, something you lost long ago." The words cut deeper than any blade. That night, Reeves tried to twist the story, told command she had assaulted him. For a while, it worked. Maya was suspended pending investigation. But the unit that had witnessed the truth refused to stay silent. One by one, they spoke about the abuse, the manipulation, the danger he put them in. The military tribunal was swift. Reeves stood on the defense, sweating beneath the courtroom lights. Maya sat in silence as witness after witness dismantled his lies. When her turn came, she didn't gloat. She simply said, "If we let men like him lead, good soldiers die. That's not justice. It's vanity with stripes." The panel deliberated for 2 hours. When they returned, Reeves was stripped of his rank and discharged dishonorably. Weeks later, Maya stood alone by the ocean, the sunset painting her face in gold and fire. Her suspension had been lifted. Command had offered her a commendation for bravery, but that wasn't what stayed with her. What stayed was the sound of silence in that room, the moment she realized real strength wasn't in how hard you could strike, but in knowing when not to. As she stared out across the horizon, a familiar voice broke the quiet. "You were right, you know." It was Sergeant Patel, one of the soldiers who had once feared Reeves. He approached, holding out a small box. Inside was a knife, polished, engraved. Maya raised an eyebrow. "A knife." He smiled faintly. "We thought you'd like the irony." The guys pulled together a reminder. She looked down at the inscription etched along the blade. For the fight that didn't need to be fought, her throat tightened. She closed the box gently. "Thank you," she whispered. The waves crashed against the shore like applause. Somewhere behind her, the new captain called for assembly. Maya turned, the wind tugging at her hair. She walked toward the sound, steady, unbroken, stronger than ever. Because real warriors don't fight to prove power. They fight to protect peace. And sometimes, the sharpest blade in the room is the one that never leaves its sheath. If this story inspired you, share it in the comments and tell me where you're watching from. Dante, forget to subscribe to Cinematic Whispers for more stories that remind us, courage isn't in how you fight, it's in how you rise.